Live at TFNN, the Money Masters. And now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you being with us. Michael Wise out here. You get the Dow down 25, Nasdaq's off 11, S&Ps are off 6. You got gold down 5, bonds are up 1.5. And Steve last night went to a homeless shelter, folks, and he found King Dollar.
I did. I was searching everywhere.
We gave him a couple blankets, and he's out
everywhere.
there at 75.25 right now.
I did.
Well, you know, I mean, it totally makes sense that the euro goes up and the dollar goes down. I mean, you know, let's face it. You know, they have no money. They say that they're going to put in 1.3 trillion.
Right.
And
right.
the bottom line is that where are they going to get it, number one, and how they're going to come up with it. And, you know, it's the classic bazooka, folks, without any shells.
No, you know, as I was visiting the homeless shelters, I saw some, you know, guys with Greek accents and European accents, you know, looking for cash.
Well, they got the cash now. They got the cash. It just depends on, you know, will they ever get it delivered? And, you know, it's going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out, because the reality, there's one thing of saying it, folks, there's another thing of doing it, and there's another thing of the haircut. Now, the haircut part of this, meaning the 50% on the bonds, is a big deal.
Yes.
Well, the reason it's a big deal is this. It's not the deal about, they're not going to be able to pay 50%.
Right.
Okay? But what has happened is this. Now, this is where the real twist is going to come in. The CDO market, the insured market.
Yes.
So picture something for a second. That you insured against a loss on the bonds, right?
Okay.
Your insurance is not going to pay off.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Because they decided that there's a derivative association that makes all the rules, just like FINRA, just like NYSE.
Okay. Okay.
So all of those have to be passed through that.
Right.
Well, the big banks run that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the big banks are the ones that are on the hook.
Right.
And the big banks decided that I'll take a voluntary 50%.
Yeah.
But watch this. If you're not a big bank and you had insured on the other side, right?
Yeah.
You've been paying all the insurance costs, you get nothing.
Oh, how about that?
You get nothing.
How about that?
Now, that is going to affect hedging, premium, all of these things going forward.
Yeah.
In the derivative market. You know, now here,
so because of that, do you think that's why in Italy the bonds yesterday were pushed up, the interest rates?
Yeah, because absolutely,
you know,
absolutely.
Because they're kind of saying, okay, well, we're going to build in some premium right now up front.
You're going to pay more money. Yeah,
yeah.
You have to pay more money because picture this. That means that you can lose 50% of your investment, right?
Right.
And have it insured that you're supposed to lose nothing and pay that insurance and get nothing.
Yeah. Ooh,
so they're going to want more up front.
That's heavy.
Yeah, no, it is heavy. No, this one here, folks, is the smoking gun, but it's going to be slow to come out because the banks are masking this pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, it's out there, but the banks are actually masking what's going on. You know, because if the banks were on the other side of that,
yes.
Let me tell you something.
Oh. Yeah, they would.
Well, no, you know what? They were on the other side of it. AIG was on the other side of it, and they got all the government's money, and they paid 100% on the dollar.
They got our money.
Yeah, exactly. No, totally. You know. Yeah. It's wild. The whole thing is wild.
So, you know, I've been having some troubles with my feed here for some reason. So on King Dollar, what's the volume that you've got on the dollar index today?
DXZ. Yeah, there's something going on with the dollar because what happens is that I just actually shorted the euro right before I came in here.
Okay.
And it took me a long time to get this off. And this is in the future market. So I don't know. Okay, so right now we got the euro at 142. Let me go over to the dollar. But I could tell by it was really strange, man. You know, normally when you hit it, you're done.
Instant.
You're done.
Oh, yeah.
Instant.
I mean, because you talked about such a liquid.
And the offers were there.
Okay.
But I didn't get the execution. I got the execution. I'm done now, but
yeah.
Okay, so there's 11,000 contracts right now. There were 45,000 yesterday. That was going into 44. See, it looks like it's not there, but I remember what that was on the other side.
Yeah.
So it's going to need it's going to build. It has to build a little cause now. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
That was the initial break topside, which is 75.01.
Right.
There's no doubt about that.
Yes.
You know, but when you come down that hard, then you got to build some cause.
Yeah.
You know, in order to get back to the first thing, and of course that's the 100% move or move. So now it's not an ABC up either. Do you know what I mean? Now you're in a consolidation.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
no, it came down, with some conviction, wide range of bar. You just got to respect it. Got to respect it. But the king's rearing his
listen,
crown.
man, I think it's real. I think it's real. Where my head's going with this is what I really like. Technically, it's set up perfectly, right?
Yeah.
Fundamentally, if I've learned anything in the finance business from 1980 to today, right?
Yes.
The powers always bring the people down. And that's by lies, by cheats, by whatever. And that's exactly what they're doing here. They want to suck more money and they want to have people go back.
Yeah.
And it's a payoff deal.
Yeah.
And when I say a payoff deal, what I mean specifically,
worldwide.
Folks, no, it's a worldwide. It is. It absolutely is. And I think that, listen, going through, I bet if you go back 5,000 years, right?
Yeah.
Just the things get more sophisticated.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So now, if it was 5,000 years ago, we'd have a bat out and you just bat them right over the head and say, that's it, you're done, right? Now it gets a little more sophisticated, so they just bleed people to death, you know?
Yeah.
It's weird, though, but, it's...
Look, I think that history repeats itself. I think that, especially when you're talking about a fast-moving world like we live in here.
Oh, yeah, big time.
What happens with your memory is, time flying with so much that is coming into our life.
Right.
Just even picture, how things have changed, just over the last 10 years or 15 years or 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
And it's amazing, 20 years ago, we certainly weren't going the technology was that big Motorola phone.
Right. I know.
The block or what have you.
Yeah, right.
You weren't sitting there, checking your email, text messaging, you were connected, but not as connected as everybody is today.
No. Well,
so things change so rapidly that even when there's negative, it can move out pretty quick. Or what your memory is going to be, just take a look at something else.
The thing that's really cool is that you had the guys that just got, there's 3 guys that just got the Peace Prize.
Yeah.
And what that was about is that the world is absolutely speeding up.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, we're going to pull that up. That is an absolute
Which is
now.
so
it's so
about
cool.
just the energy.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
At least now, like 2 or 3 years ago, on the air, I asked younger people to call in because I'm saying to myself, man, this world is just, my world is just going so fast. I'm saying to myself, enjoying it all, but every day it's like, oh my God. Like even this morning, we're leaving the house and Angie says, oh, I love that it's Friday. I said, I can't believe it's Friday. I felt like I just got up, it's Monday.
For sure. For sure.
But knowing that it actually is speeding up, it's really cool.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Let's go to, hey, we got Jim from Minneapolis. Hey, Jim, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Tom, how are you?
We're doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
Just fired up. I'm just looking at the divergence from the S&P and the SPYs.
Okay,
this morning.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Oh, okay, so we'll look at the cash S&P first, right? Let me see. Let me pull this up. 1 second.
Index is down and the SPYs are up. I'm just wondering what.
Oh, I wonder if they paid a dividend.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, well, they do. What's going on? What am I doing here? I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, that's. Okay, let me see. So ESZ. I don't think it's option expiration, is it? Oh, that's ESC. No, it's not. So that's the 20th. So they didn't pay the... Oh, 1 second. Hold on. I don't believe they paid the dividend today. No, this must have to... Let me think this through for a second. Okay, so the SPYs are at 127.97, 67, and we have...
Yeah, so it's up about 57 cents.
ESZ...
I've just never seen it do that. I'm just,
Yeah, no, I've seen it do it. I'm having a tough time with one of my.
The problem is right now. I've got the SPY closing at 128.63 on my chart, but I know it didn't close at 128.63, and I haven't been able to get my system reset. What do you show your SPY closing at yesterday?
128.63.
I don't think I didn't think that's where the SPY closed at 4 o'clock. So
maybe it's like the European community. If it's not working, you just change the rules.
Look, I last night, because I was searching for this, because I kept, I had one closed, and I went back and I checked it, and it was less than 128.43 or 53, whatever it was, and then this morning I kept banging my computer. This isn't right. But so I don't know, Jim. It's
so is that when you came in last night too? When we were looking at you, you're asking me. That's something different. Now that was the 12:30.
Yeah, that was something.
Right?
Yeah, that was different. Right. Yeah, that was different. That was different. Yeah. No.
There's an equity I wanted to look at too. Charlie, Tom, Larry, CenturyLink.
Yeah. See, Jim, we've got somebody in the den says it closed at 127.78, and that's what I showed as well. I was able to pull it up at one point at 127.78, but for some reason, the way that it's reset on my
maybe it. Yeah.
Can I have that stock again, the symbol, Jim, please?
Charlie, Tom, Larry, CenturyLink.
Okay, so communication company provides voice, internet data, lows 31, highs 46, PE's 12. They make 270. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, let me pull this back a bit. I see what you're looking at. It's building a base out here, so let's see what we got.
8% while you wait isn't too bad either.
No, all right. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so we're looking at CenturyLink, folks. In equity, if you bring it back to the beginning of the year, is at 46. It comes down hard into 31.75. Okay, and then a tester at lighter volume. Okay, so you got the test.
Yep.
What always gets me with something like this, Jim, is this. Okay, so when I put it on the daily, I love it. Okay. When I put it on the weekly, I can't stand these that are in the middle. And what I mean by in the middle is this, folks, okay? It's coming into, like, when I go back to 2008, the stock's at $20, right? It goes up to this 35, right? And that's where it's hovering. But then I get the two big volumes. It's like, man, you going to drop out of bed again? On the daily, it looks great. The daily is like, okay, yeah, you want to go into 35.75. You're at 35.50. You want to get into that gap. I'd be careful on the weekly, though. I'd be careful, period. Those ones that are in the middle, most of the time, you see the first leg down, they'll build cause, they'll do the next leg down, and at the end of the move, then you get some real action. I mean, I'm looking at how much money they take in. It's pretty. What do they just buy someone else? They must have, right?
They buy Quest.
Yeah. Okay. Because I can see it. They
phone company up here.
Yeah, their quarter went from 16 billion to 44 billion. 1.4 billion to 4.4 billion.
That would be nice growth if you could.
Oh man. No doubt about it, man. Cooking, brother.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. Have a great weekend. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks. And, folks, if you do have any subscriptions at TFNN or you want me or going to get me in the future, this is the last 2 days to get your Tiger dollars, folks. We'll match 30%. You only have until the end of Sunday night. All the details on the front page of TFNN. We're going to be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Is the fast-moving investment world challenging the way you think about managing risk and return? You don't have to go it alone. Directions Alternative Strategy Funds feature built-in tactical management to help you find clarity for the path ahead. Direction Funds. I'm with X. To learn more about Directions Alternative Strategy Funds, please visit tfnn.com and click on the Direction Funds banner or call 877-434-9363. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information about Direction Funds. The prospectus should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, go to directionfunds.com. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. The use of leverage by a mutual fund increases the risk to the fund. The more a fund invests in leverage instruments, the more leverage will magnify gains or losses on those investments. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. For some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. Now is the time for Tiger Dollars. Purchase $250 or more before October 31st and receive a 30% match. Go to the front page of TFNN.com and get your Tiger Dollars today.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, thanks for being here. And if we go over and we look at MF Global, folks, now you're going to see something over the weekend that's going to be pretty incredible. Well, it's already happened, actually. MF Global this morning traded down to 98 cents. Now check this out. This is where this gets intense, right? MF Global last night drew down their credit lines.
Yeah,
right?
I saw that.
So watch how this works, folks.
All their credit lines.
This is insane. Yes, they drew down $1.3 billion, okay? And that was it. Now, think about something. This is just like the, people over in Europe turn around and say, okay, we're going to, do 1.3. Well, the difference is over there they're saying, we're going to back up 1.3 trillion, but we don't know where the money is yet, but we're going to give it to Greece anyway.
Right,
okay,
right.
In this case, though, they took down the 1.3 billion, right? And the banks know they're BK.
Yeah.
But they're paid for it and they got to release the money.
Yeah.
Okay, so now watch how this works, folks, okay? Because it's gone down to 98 cents, now it's $1.40.
Yeah.
You have the way that the structured deals go inside the broker-dealer community is that October 31st, Corzine or the CFO, I think it would probably be the CFO in this case. So the CFO, which is Henry Stidkamp, is going to have to sign the net capital requirement, okay, on the end of business on Monday.
Okay.
Now, what the actual rule is, right, is that what they're supposed to do is that as soon as they feel they're under net capital, right, they're supposed to stop doing business and notify their regulator.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure who their regulator is. Probably the Futures Exchange. Okay. Now, we know they haven't done that. Okay. But I'll back you up so you can understand what these large companies do, folks, and how they get away with murder. Okay. Merrill Lynch in 1998. Now, wait to hear this story if you haven't heard the story before, folks. This is just an incredible story. In the Asian contagion in 1998,
right,
Merrill Lynch was bankrupt. Okay? Now, and what they did, this is public information. You can go to the SEC and pull this filing, okay? And the initial downdraft, okay, broke them. They were bankrupt, right? And you know what they did, though? This is amazing. So watch what they did, folks. The CFO, who at that time was, who was the last CEO of Merrill Lynch? Someone give me some help in there. It wasn't Thane. It was before that. But anyway, we'll get that number. And I want to show you just how small the world is and why he actually became the CEO, because he had the firepower inside it. He was the CFO at the time.
Yeah.
And what he did is he transferred $5 billion to the Cayman Islands. And you know why he did it? No, check this out. The board let him do this, okay? This was, he transferred that because they thought the whole thing was out of business and the whole thing was going to go down. And they wanted the $5 billion so they could stay in business. Okay, after everything cleared, okay? His name was Stanley something. Okay, so check it out. So I'm doing the show, right? And all of a sudden, I see coming across the ticker, right? Merrill Lynch gets fined $1.4 million for being under net capital by the SEC. And I'm looking at this, I'm saying to myself, how is Merrill Lynch under net capital? Now, the story I'm telling you, folks, the end result, that was 6 months later, so no one knew what was happening when it happened. I went through all the documents, I read it, I couldn't believe it. It blew my mind, okay? So, recap. On the downdraft in 1998, they were bankrupt. They sent money,
transfer funds
overseas. That's how they really bankrupt themselves. They were just grabbing it. Thank you, Stanley O'Neill. That's it, Stanley O'Neill. So check this out. You want to see how crazy this is? Stanley O'Neill was a CFO, and he's the one that did it. Transferred it overseas, and then they end up making him the CEO. But it makes sense because he had the see. This was under the radar. It's still under the radar. Okay. But it was public. So he had the board like this saying, "Yeah, you had me do this. You make me CEO now." So now let's come back to MF Global. You're going to see the same type of hanky-panky is happening right now. They're broke. They're absolutely broke. You know, and we'll see where this shakes out. I can't picture them getting anything for the business, by the way, okay? Because the way that the financial animals are, the people that could buy them, they know they can get them for nothing, and, and they know what the rules are, the rules that I'm just telling you about, okay? So they just sit there, and they'll just wait. And then, of course, the SEC is going to freak out in this case, because when we wake up in the morning, if MF Global goes down the tubes, and they have a counter-trend party is down the tubes, that's big trouble. You stay right there, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, we're coming back. Thanks, Mark, for that. Stanley O'Neill. Good old Stanley O'Neill. Let's ship the money to Cayman Islands.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, This newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, more than 40 different mining equities, as well as some of the most popular precious metal ETFs, including the GDX and the SLV. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report that will help you take advantage of investment opportunities at the current historic gold price levels. To order your Gold Report today with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com or call our office directly at 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the Money Game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the Money Game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You are born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Just to finish up on that Bank of America story, because you had said to me, well, how do they... What happened, folks, is that they didn't go bankrupt. What happened if you were around in 1998, everything was going down the tubes worldwide. So they shifted the money into the Cayman Islands. Then what ended up happening is that you had Alan Greenspan, Rubin come on the air at 3:10, and this was in October, I think, and then the markets went back up the next 2.5, 3 weeks and never looked back. So what ended up happening is that all Merrill's bad trades turned into good trades, and they got their money back. Okay, so now, in that same context, right, now I want to shift back to MF Global for a second, because what's coming across the tape is this. Now, this is hilarious. So MF Global just come across the tape that the New York Post is saying that the Corzine was trying to get a deal last night with Barclays. And if you remember, if you saw Too Big to Fail, by any chance,
right, yes.
It was Barclays that the Lehman was supposed to bail out.
Okay.
And then what ended up happening, of course, is that Paulson didn't... you're talking about a UK regulator.
Right, that's right.
Okay?
Yeah,
and it was like, it's not going to happen. And it's not going to happen there either. Okay? So this is so weird that it's insane. But now check this out. Inside the same story, this is what's going on. MF Global is leveraged 33-1.
Man, oh man.
Folks, 33-1. So picture it. You have $1 out there. Now picture it. We all got broker-dealer accounts. That's so far out. That's insane. 33-1. So if you get $1 million, you're leveraging 33 million.
Yeah.
I mean, that blows my mind, man. I'm telling you, man. I mean, I get fast fingers, but I could never imagine anything like that.
Yeah.
33-1.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
What was Corzine thinking?
You lose 3% of your capital and you're wiped out. Thanks, Mark. See, I love all these math whizzes in here. 3%. 3% in this day is a split second.
It's yesterday.
Yeah.
It's yesterday.
Exactly.
The market's, up 3%, 5%. It's one day.
5 ticks.
Yeah.
5 ticks.
Yeah.
Now, here, check this out. Let me show you this. This gets both sides of it. Now, MetLife, okay? MetLife, wanted to buy some of their shares back, wanted to pay a dividend. The Fed won't let them. And I'll show you why they won't let them, though. This is really cool. MetLife comes across, and wait till you hear this, how much they made, folks. And the key understanding of how much they made is how much they actually could lose. They had a derivative profit in this quarter, okay, of, I think it's, here it is here. This is sick. Oh, listen to this. MetLife, third quarter profit surge on gains on the derivative bet. Net income advanced to $3.58 billion from $316 million.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, so the key is, you got to always understand something, that if they make that much, imagine how much when it goes against them.
Sure. For sure.
That's if you're ever investing bread, folks, okay, you don't want to see outsized gains and or losses. Yeah. Well, of course, you never want to see losses, but a huge gain like that you don't want to see either, because that means that people are plunging.
Right.
You don't do $3.5 billion on a derivative bet in 90 days without a plunge. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's go to Mike in Lakeland. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hey, guys. Good morning. Interesting stuff on MF Global. I don't know if you had mentioned, too, if I recall, didn't they buy Revco? Wasn't that the old Forex broker that went bust, and they bought them up, too?
Yeah, they did get that. And that was a good business for them. What MF Global's problem was and is that, unfortunately, Corzine made a bet. And this is what the bet is, folks. He bet on the sovereign debt of Europe.
He did.
And he has a monster bet on now, and he's losing the bet hand over fist. That's what the bet is. So it's one big trade, and they're losing on the trade, like billions of dollars. You stay right there. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Going to be coming right back, folks. We get the Dow down 2, NASDAQ off 1, S&P's a flat. We're going to be right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I'm very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day. today.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. And, folks, don't forget, if you do get any services at TFNN or you're looking for any in the future, you have 3 days to get your Tiger dolls. We'll match 30%. All the details on the front page of TFNN. We're talking with Mike from Lakeland. I believe he wants to talk about the S&P.
Yes. Tom, you there?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I do. But this MF Global, if I can just ask one other question.
Yes.
I would have thought he, I don't know what he had exactly. I know they said, billions over in Europe and he had exposure. Would he not have had some CDS protection? And is this, non-credit event, voluntarily? Is that at play here, too, with him?
It could be. Hey, now, this is a great point. So what Mike's saying is this. Okay, so watch this. We know what the bet is. The bet is $6.5 billion over there. That was disclosed last week, okay? And they only have $650 million. That's one bet. Now, the deal out this morning is saying that 33 to 1. If, in fact, that part of the bet, if he had the insurance, he's not going to get paid the insurance. Now, that bet itself, though, he may have been buying those bonds, less than, he could be buying them at less than 50 cents. I don't know if he was or not. But I know the bet's gone bad. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, it's just that, and he's such a political animal and so tied with Goldman, it just raises all sorts of alarm bells in my little mind. But
well, I think what happened is that, you got to, if you're in this business, the business is hard enough itself. You shift out of this business, you go in the political business, and then you think you can walk right back in it. You can't. Because the rest of these animals are going to go get you. They're the biggest sharks in the world out there, and his own sharks are going to go get him. That's the bottom line. So someone's.
The question I had is, just looking here, we're nearing the end of the month and looking at some monthly views. Does the monthly candle on the S&P and the indices, is that giving you guys some pause about where we might be going here in the next few weeks? Is this this outside candle and this big move on a monthly basis? It looks pretty. If you're bearish, it looks pretty ominous. But I wanted to get your thoughts.
Well, if we stay at a weekly for a second, the way the weekly's set up right now, I already done the volume for the week, and it's 1.4 billion going against 2.4. So it's like, it's not good to me. That's not going anywhere. We'll see whether it can get to the highs of that. If we bring this back and I take it back and I'll put it on the monthly for you, what you have is this: is that what we did in the monthly is that the month of August we get down with 9 billion. Okay, that 9 billion now was going into the 11 billion from October of 2008. Okay. So I get into it. That is lighter volume. Rejected it, right? So it's above it.
Yeah.
Now what you have is coming back into the other side, though, is that it's only 50% of the volume coming into the other side of that. So that's kind of like the setup right now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm just kind of wondering. Could this last? Could this last another couple of months and take us up to that 134, 135 again? I guess it could. I think,
Yeah, no. I don't think it's going to, but my take on this, that's why Steve and I were just talking when we were off, and it's like, okay, so you had the acceleration upward price yesterday, and you can expect a day like today. After you get that much energy, folks, today is a no-brainer. Nothing's going to happen.
Sure.
It's okay, what's going to make something happen? Well, the MF Global, to me, is the warning deal here, and it's a big one. Yeah. You know what I mean? And what no one knows is that who's on the other side of the MF Global, because they're not going to get paid. Well, they are going to get paid because we know that everything gets bailed out now. The real matter is that, what is it going to be? I think this deal, saying that Barclays is going to do a deal is hilarious, because we know from the Lehman deal is that they regularly wouldn't let them.
Right.
So.
And the other thing, yesterday, I don't know what you guys thought. It just it felt looked like, particularly with the finish at the end of the day, almost like it was like a bearish capitulation yesterday. Maybe,
I don't think so. See, what's interesting about that when and I can understand what you're saying. I saw a lot of people say that, but I can tell you, we were short the Nasdaq, right? But we were short the Nasdaq, okay, and we only were down 0.5% because we were short from the highs.
Right.
So it's like, that to me is not capitulation. That's just like, okay, I'm going to sit back again. I'm going to look at this and say, okay, talk to me. Do you know what I mean? So,
but I was just thinking that I was thinking more of the bearish capitulation on the euro. I mean, those guys are margined out 50 to 1. And they just blew them out, and all our computers are set off the dollar. And I think
that's listen, that's
went along for the ride.
Yeah, and you talk about it wouldn't be divergence, but to me it's like, okay, so they're going to bail out. They claim they're going to bail out Greece, and the euro goes up. Well, if you're actually a fundamentalist, that is impossible. But anyway, Cooking Brother.
I do. All right, man.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. Look at we got we got the guy that's going to bail out Greece. He absolutely, he's got the gold mine up in British Columbia, right?
He does.
No doubt, and he's going to bail out Greece. Rick, what's going on, brother?
How's it going?
I heard you're going to bail out Greece, man.
Well, no, you know what? I like to go against the crowd. Nobody's worried about Florida right now, and I'm worried about Florida after hearing you guys don't pay taxes.
It's beautiful. Come on down, baby.
We have no state taxes. It is a beautiful thing. The amount of money you save is pretty amazing, man. Yeah. It really is. It's like a mind blower. Particularly, I came out of Boston, so they call Massachusetts Taxachusetts. So I went from Massachusetts that you paying some decent tax. It wasn't as bad as it was like 20 years ago. 20 years ago was really bad. They got that straightened out somewhat. But it is a lot. It is a lot of money. I mean, it's definitely a lot of money.
Hey, there was just before I ask you about J.P. Morgan. I know you guys both like sports. And in hockey last night in Philly, the score was 9-8, and the goalie for Philly makes like $51 million, which it's not Major League Baseball money, but still good money, especially for
hockey. In hockey, it's huge money, right?
But he was so honest. He said, "I can't stop a thing. I don't know what I was even doing in net." There's some commentators went, "Well, you got to respect somebody that's being honest and humble about it."
Oh man, that's wicked.
Yeah.
But man, look at the baseball game last night.
Oh, that was insane.
The defensive plays. You would show little leaguers not what to do.
Oh, absolutely. No, it was one after the other. I mean,
but the hitting,
both sides.
But the hitting was unreal.
Yeah. It was a great game. That was a great game 6.
You stay right there. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We got the market is down slightly. It might as well be flat, though. We're going to be right back.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before October 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just 1, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses, keep money in your community, and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you only have until October 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to thefrontoftfnn.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking with our man, Rick from British Columbia. What are we going to look at, Rick?
Well, let's look at J.P. Morgan. I know you like to look at the XLF, and they almost look identical. J.P. Morgan supposedly is maybe a better bellwether of your financial institutions. It looks to me, and maybe you can cover that for every day for the next month if you agree with this. It looks to me like this thing has a shot to go to 40. It's got a beautiful inverted head and shoulder formation.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And then. And I looked at the XLF, and it even looks cleaner. And then, you know how you like to say it likes to come back to the real price? Well, J.P. Morgan looks stronger because the real price on the XLF is a lot lower. And so it looks to me like we can just follow J.P. Morgan. That doesn't mean it can't come back to 34 and fill the gap. I think it's going to test the low of yesterday and then maybe go and test the high of yesterday. Who knows?
Well, but, if you look at J.P. Morgan, folks, if I bring this back a little bit, I mean, it's a nice-looking chart. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I love it when, the last time it got real trashed with volume was August 8th. Gets underneath that, lighter volume. Goes back topside. Now, let me show you something on these financials, folks, because this is the bigger issue that is really cool that's out there, but they all haven't done it yet. But we bring this back to 07. They have come back in, to these lows with dramatically lighter volume, even though the volume looks big. So we came down to that 27 with 270 million. Well, that was going into 700 million and 500 million. So that's good, So that's what you want to see. I don't think it's done yet, but that's what you absolutely do want to see, because the finishing off of 2007, 2008 will be done sector by sector. Some of the sectors have blown them out. They've taken all that. The financials have not, though. Bank of America and Citigroup have some problems. They're coming back into that area with volume versus like a J.P. Morgan. Maybe J.P. Morgan will probably end up ruling the world. You know, they already do. Jamie Dimon.
Well, it just looks to me like it's going to 40, and then head and shoulder patterns. They come back to the neckline again, and so that'll be really very interesting to watch. That's all I can say.
Have a great one, man.
Take care.
We got Gene in Ohio. Hey, Gene, what's happening, brother?
Nothing much, gentlemen. I had an account with MF. On Tuesday, I asked them to cancel it and wire the money. They didn't want to wire the money. They said they were going to send it out by check, and I finally got it today.
Oh.
Really?
Good for you.
That's
good for you, man.
That's a trip. And so they send you a check, or they wire it for you?
No, I asked them to wire. It was like $15,000.
Okay.
And he said, we'll have it out today. Why spend, $20 or whatever to wire it?
Right.
And I said I'd rather have, pay the $20 and get the money quicker.
Right.
I said, no, we'll have it out today. It's going to be cut shortly. And it finally came in this morning's, mail.
That's awesome.
You had to feel good about opening up.
Right. And folks, listen, if you do have an account that don't, I'm glad you took your money, Gene, but if you have accounts there, folks, when we're talking about MF Global, you're not going to have to worry about your accounts. The accounts are insured, by the regulators, okay? Through
I understood that. It's just I used the rep that was on, your Thursday program.
No, it's smart what you did, man. It's always good. I always talk to you. It's always good to get the cash first and ask questions later.
Right.
I absolutely agree with you.
That's right.
I'm just explaining that if people are worried that they won't get it, what does happen is that if they get into problems, then it does get hung up a little. So it's always better getting it, Gene. No doubt, man.
Understood. The question I have regarding stocks is, what's your thoughts on, I've been holding IMAX for a while through the ups and downs, and also Izu.
Yeah, no, I can see. So you get IMAX, it went from 35 down to 19. You had a sign of strength yesterday. I mean, let me bring this back a little. So if we go to 09 and we put it on a weekly, well, you're gonna have some. It's going to have to build a lot more cars now to get higher. I mean, this had a beautiful run. It went from $6, to 40, but that whole downdraft, it's going to be really hard for that to, get through that, $20 area now. Not the end of the world. I mean, but it's going to have a hard time. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Stay right there, folks. We got Basil Chapman coming up. Then we're going to get you healthy with Nico. David White.
Rates rising. Tired of being pushed around by your provider?